Have you ever, like, run your hand over a beautifully upholstered chair?
Mhm.
You know, one that just makes you want to sit down and relax?
Yeah.
I feel like we often just take those pieces for granted.
We do.
But behind every stitch and every curve, there's this whole world of craftsmanship and skill.
Absolutely.
And that's the world that we're diving into today. Upholstery.
It's a fascinating world, too.
Yeah.
It really is.
So to guide us through this whole intricate world of upholstery, we've got a stack of sources for this deep dive.
Okay.
We've got career guides. We've got insights into how technology is changing this field, which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting mix.
It is.
So when we talk about upholstery,
Okay.
what exactly does an upholsterer do?
What do they do?
Yeah, is
A good question.
it more than just reupholstering like that old furniture that you might have?
Oh, yeah. It's way more than that.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
It's really much more than just cushions and fabric.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about breathing new life into furniture.
I like that.
And it involves this really unique blend of artistry and engineering and problem solving all at the same time.
And to guide us through this intricate world, we've got a stack of sources from career guides to insights into how technology is reshaping this surprisingly dynamic field.
Okay.
So tell me, when we talk about upholstery, what exactly does an upholsterer do? It's more than just reupholstering that old family heirloom, right?
You're absolutely right. And upholsterers work, I mean, you can find it everywhere, from the furniture in our homes
Right.
to the interiors of cars.
Okay.
And even
Like in those specialized cushions, they use an orthopedic devices.
orthopedic devices. That's fascinating. I never would have pictured that.
Yeah, it's a side of upholstery a lot of people don't think about,
Right?
but they're masters of restoration and comfort.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really are.
So they're ensuring
Mm-hmm.
that those devices
Yeah.
provide the proper support
Yeah,
and comfort.
exactly. And that takes a specialized skill set.
Yeah.
But no matter what they're working on, all upholsterers,
Okay.
they share a common set of skills. They
Mhm.
install, repair, and replace upholstery.
Right.
They're really transforming ordinary objects into functional works of art.
You painted quite a picture there.
It is.
It sounds like a lot more than just basic sewing skills are needed
Yeah.
to make it in this profession.
You're right. You hit the nail on the head. It's a
Right.
career that demands
Yeah.
a very unique combination of creativity, technical expertise, and you've got to be strong.
Okay.
Physical strength.
Wow.
Upholsterers are working with their hands all day.
Right.
They use tools like industrial sewing machines,
Right.
staple guns.
Okay.
Staple guns with enough force to secure really thick fabrics.
Yeah.
And even specialized webbing stretchers,
Wow.
to create that perfect tautness.
Right.
And they need to really understand different materials,
Yeah.
from luxurious fabrics like velvet and leather
Oh, yeah.
to more modern, high-tech materials.
Right. I
Yeah.
imagine working with all those different fabrics,
Yeah.
each with its own texture
Yeah.
and its own properties.
Yeah. Right.
Requires a keen eye
It does.
and the ability to kind of adapt to whatever you're working with.
Yeah, it's true.
Almost like a fabric surgeon.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
That's a fantastic way to put it. A good upholsterer can tell you the difference between a fabric that drapes beautifully
Mhm.
and one that needs extra reinforcement.
Right.
And they need to be able to visualize how that two-dimensional piece of fabric
Right.
will translate
Yeah.
into a three-dimensional form.
Right.
It's a craft that truly blends artistry and technical skill,
Yeah. And let's not forget the physical demands.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
imagine
a big part of it.
moving furniture around,
Right.
especially those larger pieces,
Yeah.
requires some serious stamina.
You've got to be strong. Upholstery is a physically demanding job.
Right.
They're on their feet for hours.
Yeah.
They're wrestling with bulky furniture.
Wow.
They're using tools
Right.
that require
Yeah.
a lot of strength and
Right, yeah.
precision.
Right.
Back problems
Oh, yeah.
are a common concern,
Right.
which is why experienced upholsterers will always tell you
Yeah.
about
their advice.
the importance of proper posture
Okay.
and lifting techniques.
Yeah. That makes sense. So it sounds like a profession that requires finesse and fortitude.
It does.
But speaking of which, for all of our listeners out there who are now picturing themselves like
Yeah.
wielding those staple guns and, really getting into the nitty-gritty of upholstery work,
Yeah.
let's talk career paths. Where does someone even begin in the world of upholstery?
Well, like a lot of skilled trades,
Sick.
the journey often starts with an apprenticeship.
Okay.
And that's where aspiring upholsterers really learn the ropes.
Right.
You know, they start with those basic tasks like stripping down furniture,
Right.
prepping materials, and then they gradually work their way up
Right.
to more complex sewing and upholstery techniques.
So it's all about paying your dues and kind of learning from the ground up.
Exactly. And a good apprenticeship.
Yeah.
It's like an immersive education.
Wow.
You're not just like learning from textbooks.
Right.
You're getting that hands-on experience.
Yeah.
You're absorbing those tricks of the trade
Right.
from seasoned professionals.
It's amazing.
It's a really valuable experience.
Yeah.
And it's during that apprenticeship phase
Right.
that you really begin to develop those specialized skills and knowledge
Okay.
that will shape your whole career.
And I imagine those early experiences, like you were saying, the mentors that you have, the projects that you work on,
Right.
those probably leave a lasting impression.
Absolutely they do. I've heard upholsterers say
Yeah.
that they can still remember that very first piece of furniture that they reupholstered on their own.
Oh, wow.
The feeling of accomplishment,
Yes.
you know, the pride in taking a project from start to finish.
Yeah, that's got to be really rewarding.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
great feeling.
So you've completed your apprenticeship.
Okay.
You've honed your skills.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next rung on the upholstery career ladder?
So that's typically when you would transition into a junior upholsterer role.
Okay.
You're given a little more independence.
Right.
You're tackling a wider range of projects.
Okay.
And you might even find that you're starting to specialize in a particular type of upholstery,
Oh, interesting.
like automotive interiors
Oh,
or antique furniture restoration,
Oh, wow.
things like that.
So you're starting to kind of carve out your own little niche.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You're starting to develop your own style.
And as you gain that experience
Right.
and you start to build a reputation
Mhm.
for quality work,
Right.
you might find yourself
Yeah.
moving into more of a senior role.
Exactly.
Oh.
An experienced upholsterer often takes on those more complex projects,
Yeah.
challenging projects,
Yeah.
and they may even end up leading a team of upholsterers or even become like a sought-after consultant
Oh.
advising clients on everything
Wow.
from fabric selection
Okay.
to historical restoration techniques.
That sounds like a career with real potential
It is.
for growth and for specialization.
There is.
You could become like the go-to expert for restoring mid-century modern furniture
You could.
or recreating like historically accurate upholstery for
Exactly.
museums.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Museums, historic homes.
Yeah.
All kinds of things.
amazing.
It's a very cool field.
And for those with a real entrepreneurial spirit,
Yeah.
there's always the possibility of opening your own shop.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
That's a very common route.
So you're setting your own hours.
Right.
You're taking on projects that you really are passionate about.
Exactly. You get to be your own boss.
That's great.
It is.
So from apprentice to master craftsperson,
Right.
the upholstery profession offers this huge range of opportunities
It does.
for those who are willing to put in the time and effort.
Absolutely.
But let's get down to like the practicalities for a minute.
Okay.
Like, let's say you've got the skills.
Right.
You're ready to land that dream upholstery job.
Okay.
What kinds of questions can you expect to get
Yeah.
in an interview?
Well, RoleCatcher,
Okay.
the AI-powered job search platform
Yeah.
that we've mentioned,
Right.
offers some really great insights here.
Okay.
We've got this list
Yeah.
of common upholstery interview questions.
Okay.
And some of them are really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not what you would think.
Give me an example. What's a question that often trips up aspiring upholsterers?
One of the most common ones
Okay.
is, how did you first become interested in upholstery?
Oh.
And it seems like
Is
a
it-
very simple question.
Yeah.
But it's really a chance to go beyond just those technical skills
Right.
and share your passion for the craft.
So it's not enough to just say, I'm good with my hands.
Yeah, it's really not.
Okay.
Interviewers want to see that spark,
Right.
that genuine enthusiasm
Yeah.
for transforming something that's old and worn
Yeah.
into something beautiful and functional.
I like it.
They're looking for somebody who understands
Yeah.
that upholstery is so much more than just a job.
Right.
It's an art form.
It's a craft.
It is.
Yeah. I imagine a compelling personal story can go a long way
Oh, absolutely.
in showcasing your passion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Now, here's another question that I'm curious about.
Okay.
What's your experience with different types of fabrics and materials?
Ah, yes, that's another very common one.
Okay.
And that's where your knowledge and versatility
Right.
really come into play.
It's like asking a chef about their spices.
Exactly.
That's
That's a great way to put it.
You got to know your stuff.
Yeah, you really do. A skilled upholsterer needs to be familiar with a huge range of fabrics,
Yeah.
from natural fibers like cotton and wool
Okay.
to synthetics like vinyl
Hmm.
and microfiber.
Right.
Each material has
Yeah.
its own unique properties and challenges,
Oh, I bet.
and you need to know how to work with them
Right.
and being able to talk about
Yeah.
those little nuances
Right.
really demonstrates that deeper understanding of the craft.
Yeah, it shows you really know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And let's not forget about, like, the client aspect
Right.
of this job.
Right. You're often going to be collaborating with clients.
How do you handle those situations?
Yeah.
Where a client's vision maybe clashes a little bit
Yeah, that happens.
with the realities of upholstery.
Oh, it does.
Right.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll often hear this question.
Okay.
How do you handle difficult clients?
Oh, I can only imagine. People can be so particular about their furniture.
Oh, you're telling me.
Right.
But that question isn't about, like,
Right.
throwing your clients under the bus.
Right.
It's about
Yeah.
demonstrating your
Yeah.
problem-solving skills. Okay.
And your people skills.
So you want to show them that you can really listen to what the client needs,
Exactly.
manage expectations, and then find those creative solutions
That's it.
that satisfy both parties.
Precisely. And sometimes
Right.
that means, tactfully educating a client
Right.
about the limitations of certain fabrics or designs.
Right. You can't always work miracles.
Can't work miracles, exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's about being both a skilled craftsperson
Right.
and a skilled communicator.
So it's more than just the upholstery work.
It's a people business, too.
It is. It's about working with people.
It is.
But let's face it, the world is changing so rapidly.
It is.
Technology is disrupting industries left and right.
Fast.
How is the upholstery profession adapting
Right.
to this new landscape? That's the question.
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, you've got, you can order a mass-produced sofa
Right.
with like a couple taps on your phone.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
Mhm.
there's this growing appreciation, it seems,
Yeah.
for unique handcrafted pieces.
Absolutely.
Things with character, things with a story.
That's right.
So how does that all play?
So it's interesting because you're right. You can get those mass-produced things so easily now.
Right.
But it seems like that's actually fueling
Okay.
a bigger desire for individuality.
Yeah.
For pieces that stand out. And
Right.
that's where these skilled upholsterers
Right.
come in.
Because they can create something unique.
Exactly. They can create these custom pieces.
Yeah.
They can breathe new life into vintage furniture.
Right. So it's like a counter movement.
It really is.
It's pushing back against all of that sameness.
Yeah, it's that desire
Yeah.
for something that's unique.
Right.
Something that's got a story behind it.
Right. And it's yours.
Exactly.
It reflects your personality,
Mhm.
your style.
It's personal.
And who better to do that than an upholsterer
Right.
who really understands design and fabric and craftsmanship?
They get it.
It's the difference between owning a print
Mm-hmm.
and having like an original work of art.
Yes, exactly.
And this is where technology comes in,
Yes, it does.
because we've got platforms like RoleCatcher
Right.
that are helping bridge that gap.
Exactly.
So remind us, how does RoleCatcher work?
Okay, so say you're an upholsterer and you want to connect with those clients
Okay.
who really appreciate custom work.
Right.
RoleCatcher uses AI to analyze your skills, your experience,
Right.
your portfolio even,
Wow.
and it connects you
Right.
with those clients or even potential employers.
So it's like a high-tech matchmaking service
It is.
for the upholstery world.
It's a great way to describe it.
It cuts through all the noise
It does.
of those traditional job boards.
It really does.
It puts your craft
Mm-hmm.
right in front of the people
Yep,
who will appreciate it.
that's it.
But it goes beyond that.
It does.
It analyzes job descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
It can tell you what skills you might need to kind of brush up on
You got it?
to stay competitive.
Mm.
It can even help you like tailor your resume
Yes.
and your online presence
It can.
to really attract the right opportunities.
It helps you put your best foot forward.
That's amazing.
It is.
So even in a traditional field like upholstery,
Right.
technology is really changing things.
It's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember
Yeah.
that upholstery is still a craft
Right.
that's deeply rooted in tradition and skill.
Yeah.
The feel of a perfectly tensioned piece of fabric.
Right.
The satisfaction of bringing an old chair back to life.
Right.
Technology can't replace that.
It's a really beautiful blend of the old and the new.
It is.
It's really fascinating. So we've taken this deep dive into the world of upholstery.
We have.
We've talked about the skills, the career paths, the surprising ways that technology is kind of changing this field.
It's a hidden gem.
It is. It really is.
Yet it's full of creativity
Yeah.
and rewarding challenges.
So for our listeners who are now looking at that worn-out armchair,
Right.
maybe in the corner,
Yeah.
with some newfound curiosity,
Yeah.
just beneath those like faded fabrics and those worn-out cushions,
There's potential.
there's a world of potential.
There is.
And, who knows, maybe you'll be the one bringing it back to life.
You could be.